Welcome back to the No Comfort Zone podcast. My name's Dan Brzezowski, and I am your host. Today's October 1st, 2020. We have 90 days left. In today's podcast, we're going to be talking about goal setting and goal achievement. I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
One of the first things I did when I got into professional sales was I read a book about how to sell. No kidding. It's funny, when I mentioned that book in my interview, one of the sales managers said that I was too stupid to sell anything because I had to read a book about selling. I look back now and I'm like, it's almost laughable because I've spent a lot of time reading books and on selling, on the psychology of selling, on body language, on personal growth, personal development. For whatever reason, I got involved in that space and became addicted to it. My passion for learning the subject and the science and the art of selling, it just stayed with me. And for the past 30 years, it's one of the greatest joys of my life was to be able to get into an arena where I could actually get away from my shyness, get away from my insecurities, and be on the world stage as far as a sales trainer, teaching people how to communicate effectively by persuading people to their way of thinking through a sales process, through sales ethics. So I look back on that time and I completely enjoyed it. I'm still passionate about it today. I think I'm at the halfway point in my life, and I want to share as much of that knowledge with as many people as possible. And I'm grateful for the time that I've had in the sales business. But I'll tell you what, ever since I read that book, it's caused nothing but problems for me. Because when you set goals and you work towards those goals, you will end up achieving those goals. It just is a matter of time, whether you do it in a month or a year. If you stay focused on your goals and you keep working towards it, you will eventually achieve your goals. It's a matter of timing. And I talked about that in the last podcast. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about this when it comes to goal setting. If today's August 1st, and let's say for the next 31 days, you have an opportunity to take action towards a desired result. What actions are you going to take? But let's hold off there for a minute. What if you've been doing this month after month, year after year, and you've gotten yourself into this space where you set goals, but you don't achieve them? See, the activities kind of are the easy part. So it's quantifiable, I guess. Is that a word? I don't know. But what you do is you say you want to do this and you throw this much energy into it, whether it's working out, this many repetitions, this much volume of weight. It's measurable, right? You can scale it. If you, for example, in sales, if you want to sell something, you have to add up everything. According to Tom Hopkins in How to Master the Art of Selling, which is a phenomenal encyclopedia, I would call it textbook for selling. What you want to do is you want to find out, put a value on everything. What is a phone call? What is an email? What is a text? What is a contact? What is a conversation? What is a presentation? How much does that add up? And if you want to get super strong, how many no's do you take? And what's the value of a no to get to a yes? It'll change your world when you start doing that. And I suggest that you do it. Go buy a dry erase board and throw your goals up there and the activities that you need to do in order to get where you need to get. But you have to know where you're at. And that ties right into the blueprint that I always talk about. And if you're interested in goals and goals like this, or just learning more a little bit about setting goals and becoming the ideal version of yourself, go to launchwithdan.com and let's get an opportunity so that you and I can talk. And what we'll do is I will get you to a point, go to my calendar, and we'll spend 20, 30 minutes on the phone. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where you want to go in your life. And yeah, I'm your secret weapon. I'm the cheerleader who's going to help you get where you need to go. It sounds funny, but it works really well too, because nobody knows that you're working with me. And then 30, 60, 90 days down the road, and by the way, I'm looking for 3 people to go to launchwithdan.com, schedule those calls so I can have my army of 3. And I am only looking for 3 right now. 3 is the ideal number for me to work with. We can get maximum results in the best amount of time. Life changing behaviors. I've done it for myself. I've done it for others, and I know I can do it for you. So check it out. Go to that website, launchwithdan.com, and just watch the video. Do yourself a favor, get on the calendar, and let me call you. So once you understand the value of all the activities that you need to do, you just keep working towards it and you'll achieve it. But where the problem is, this is the big problem, is the mindset. If I would have believed that manager said I was too stupid to sell anything, this career wouldn't have worked out so well for me. You have to get rid of the naysayers in your life that are going to prevent you from achieving the goal. When I met this person, I didn't understand anything about sales goals, personal development. It's because I read a book on selling and I read a book on sales goals. I decided to take those sales goals and put those into my life, put those into my finances, put those into my relationships, and everything started to work out. More activities equal better results. Higher passion equals higher quality results, you see? So what I do is I take this time and this information that I have and I realize, okay, what's really stopping me from achieving the bigger goals in my life? And for me, it was all mindset. I was buying in to what other people were telling me was true or false, had value or no value. I got tied up in their bullshit is what it came down to. I was subjected to the negative influences of other people, the whiners, the complainers, the naysayers. To this day, to this very day, there are so many people out there who are telling me that won't work. Listen, dude, that's not going to work, man. But they're doing nothing to change the reality. Hey, man, what you're doing doesn't work. Again, they're doing nothing to change their reality. And me, it's totally different platform. I already know by this behavior, I'll get results. And while they're telling me what's not going to be able to happen, I'm already doing it and it's under the current. It's under the ground. They don't see what's growing. Unfortunately, a lot of people have a lot of ego, have a lot of pride, and are stuck in their old ways. And they realize that this is 2020. It's October 1st. This isn't 1984. This isn't yesterday. Everything has changed. And if you want to evolve into a better version of yourself, you're going to have to evolve into a better version of yourself by taking those lessons learned from the past. You get knocked in the teeth by life, divorce, bankruptcy, coma, drug addiction, financial ruin, bankruptcy, major trouble with the IRS. When you have all these things happening all at once in your reality, when it's all pounding down in your neck and you're done, it's so bad that you wind up in a coma. Literally, when you wake up out of it, guess what? Those problems are still there and they're waiting. And what haunted me the most was this, that I actually thought that those problems are going to kill me because they're all at once. They're all happening at the once and they're extreme problems. I don't have any disabilities, but I lost the ability to talk. I couldn't walk for a while. Very true statements, very real for what happened for me. Extremely scary time in my life. But as soon as I got my speech back, and as soon as I was able to walk again after the coma, which happened very quickly, by the way, but just that moment when all this didn't happen over a few days and a week, I realized something. Anything's possible. Went to a dark place at that time and I realized something. If I pursue my goals and you give me enough time and just give me a chance, just give me one chance to prove myself. Give me one chance. And although some people are impatient, although some people believe that, you know what, this ain't going to work out for me, you have to keep doing these things on a daily and regular basis consistently over a period of time. And it's that period of time of consistency where you will find success. And when you find that little bit of success in the results, not in the activities, but in the results, it will blow your mind. You'll find fun in the activities. Eventually, those activities will turn into habits. Those habits will turn into your new reality and your new person. And that new reality, new person will experience new things and have new goals. And you've now evolved into the version of the self that you wanted to be. It's so, I almost sound cosmic when I'm talking about this, but when you see somebody go through it, when you go through it for yourself, you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. It is mind blowing to me that there are so many people that are caught up in just not being woke. They're just walking around. They're tied up in this political agenda. They're tied up in that problem or that chaos situation. They're hanging around those group of people. They're complaining about this situation. In the end, they just got to stop for a minute. They got to realize that, hey, you know what? If somebody just gave me a chance, if I was just real with myself for a minute, I could pull myself out of this. And that's how I created my method for doing this, the no comfort zone. The no comfort zone is a very real thing, and I love talking about it. So listen, here we are in the podcast. It is October 1st. Of 2020. What kind of goals do you have for yourself? How do you want October 31st to look? How do you want November to look? At the end of the year, and you look back on these 90 days, where do you want to be? You could be an entirely different person in 90 days for the better. You just need a little help. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Do me a favor. Go to iTunes, 5-star rating review. I would love for you to do that. It would help amazingly cool people just like yourself who are digging this podcast to share it with other people so that they could find it. They read a review that you write over there. They come onto the podcast and, it just might help them. Might help them out of a really bad situation. Might help somebody achieve their goals, which somehow in this crazy universe could be connected to actually helping you. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Helping other people. I truly believe that. I've always believed it and didn't always practice that. And now in my life, I'm helping people get out of their comfort zone so they can live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.